All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to do a deep dive into your body's waste removal system. It's this incredibly sophisticated but honestly often misunderstood process. Our bodies are taking stuff in all day long, right? Using what they need and then trying to get rid of the rest. But what happens when that whole process gets jammed up? Okay, let's get into it.
So the source material for this whole explainer kicks off with this really powerful idea. It sounds simple, but the consequences are huge. This idea that when waste, acids, and toxins build up, that's where our source says dis-ease really begins. So if you want to prevent illness, you've got to focus on elimination. But here's the good news, right? Your body, it's already got its own internal cleaning crew. A set of 4 main elimination pathways. And for you to live a life full of vitality, all 4 of these have to be open and working just right. So let's meet the team one by one.
Okay, so first up, let's talk about the kidneys. Now, our source points out that this is the one pathway most of us, well, we really struggle with it and kind of overlook it. We just aren't taught how absolutely critical they are for getting waste out on a cellular level. So they're a crucial first stop for us.
You can't really talk about the kidneys without talking about their partner in crime, the lymphatic system. Think of it this way. If your blood is the kitchen, delivering all the groceries to your cells, the lymphatic system is the sewer system, hauling away all the trash. But all that trash has to go somewhere, and the kidneys, well, they're the main processing plant.
So how can you tell if that processing plant is even running? Well, what's cool is the source gives us this surprisingly simple way to check, right at home. You just look at your first pee of the day. Now, you might think that perfectly clear urine is a great sign, but it could actually mean your kidneys aren't filtering all that well. The thing you're actually looking for is a bit of cloudiness, maybe some sediment. That's a sign that your kidneys are doing their job and pulling waste out of your system.
All right, let's move on to pathway number 2. We're talking about your body's biggest organ, your skin. And as you're about to see, it's so much more than just a barrier. It's actually a huge player in detox. In fact, our source goes so far as to call the skin the 3rd kidney. And why is that? Because really, the condition of your skin is often a direct mirror of how well your actual kidneys are filtering. I mean, it makes sense, right? If the main processing plant gets backed up, your body is smart. It's going to look for other ways to get the trash out.
So here's how the source breaks it down. Your skin has 2 ways of getting rid of waste. The first one is helpful. It's what's supposed to happen, sweat. That's the system working perfectly. But when other pathways get clogged up, the body can switch to what's called forced elimination. That cellular waste has to go somewhere, so it gets pushed out through the skin, and that's when we see things like acne, rashes, or eczema.
So what can you do to support this pathway? The source lays out 3 key steps. First, pretty straightforward, try to avoid products with toxins that clog up your pores. Second, you want to promote healthy sweating, which the source material connects to thyroid function. And third, and this is the big one, by working to open up your kidney pathways, you take a massive load off your skin.
Okay, on to pathway number 3. This is the one most of us probably think of first when we hear the word elimination. We're talking about the colon, the end of that long metabolic highway. And listen, when I say highway, I mean it. Get this, your intestine is almost 30 feet long, and the surface area, if you could spread it all out, our source says it's about the size of a tennis court. It is an absolute powerhouse.
And this isn't a new idea, you know? Our source points back to Hippocrates, who said, all disease begins in the gut. It just drives home how critical gut health really is. When things get stagnant down there and elimination slows, that can be the spark for a whole cascade of problems all over the body.
And here's where we hit a pretty big disconnect between what's ideal and what's, well, reality for a lot of us. According to the source, we should ideally be having 3 to 4 bowel movements a day. But for many people, the reality is more like 1 or sometimes even less. And that slowdown can lead to this hardened buildup that the source calls mucoid plaque, which can really impact the colon.
All right, time for our final and super vital pathway of elimination. And it's one you're using right this second, your lungs. Breathing isn't just about getting oxygen in, it's a huge way our bodies push toxins out.
And let's be honest, in today's world, our lungs are under an incredible amount of strain. We're constantly breathing in all kinds of airborne junk that our bodies have to deal with, from car exhaust and mold to chemicals in our cleaning supplies and artificial fragrances.
And that's exactly why deep breathing is so much more than just a way to chill out. It's literally an act of cleansing. Every deep breath you take helps to expel mucus, it floods your blood with oxygen to help metabolize waste, and it even helps physically pump your lymphatic system. Yep, that same trash collection service we were talking about earlier.
So, let's step back and pull all of this together.
When you look at all 4 pathways, the kidneys, the skin, the colon, and the lungs, you really start to see this incredible, innate intelligence built right into your body. It's a holistic system, and it has backups for its backups.
And that really brings us to the key takeaway here. These pathways, they aren't working in silos. They're not 4 separate departments. They are one single interconnected team. If one gets clogged, the others are forced to pick up the slack and work overtime. And that's why, according to our source, real, lasting health means you need all 4 of these pathways to be open, clear, and working together.
So at the end of the day, it comes down to this. Your body is constantly talking to you, always sending you signals. That cloudy urine, a breakout on your skin, being constipated, feeling short of breath, these are not random things happening to you. They are signals. They're your body's way of telling you which of its elimination pathways might need a little bit more support. The only question is, are you listening?